Greetings everyone and welcome back to episode 39 of Nariyama's Let's Play Minecraft version 1.12 featuring Direwolf 20's mod pack. So we're starting out at the old base today because I wanted to show you what I did here to sort of automate the wither building, right? So we've got the wither builder down there. Everything's looking extra translucent today for whatever reason. It's got the power cube. I gave it a crystal, and I set up another crystal over here. And this is the mob grinder. It will automatically kill the wither as soon as it pops up. So if we build one, come over here. All right, it's nice. Is with it nice and translucent there, we can see the whole thing. And there goes its done. And we get another star. All right. So setting this up pointed out a problem that I had with my base, and I wanted to walk you through this because this is something that will possibly happen to you as you sort of work through the game and start scaling up your power and your production capabilities. So the problem when I came down here, I set this up. I put the crystal on there and I connected the crystal, but it wasn't getting any power. So of course, I immediately was like, well, why isn't it getting any power? So I thought it might be like the crystals just weren't connecting properly or something like that. I did find that you cannot have something in your offhand when you try and change the crystal. So if you look at this, notice how it says IO mode input, right? That means it's inputting energy into the crystal network. If I have something in my offhand, so normally, you right-click on that with an empty hand, and it changes it. So let me demonstrate that really quick. So if I shift right-click, that changes it to output. Now it will take power out of the crystal network and put it into whatever it's connected to. In this case, the power cube. Shift right-click it again, and it goes back to input. Okay. Now, when I was first trying to do this, I had my resonating wand in my offhand. Now if I go to shift right click, notice nothing happens because what it's trying to do is actually right click with the resonating wand on that. So I wasn't able to swap to output. It turns out that wasn't the actual problem though. That was just a problem, not the problem. When I clicked on my power cube, after I figured that out, I clicked on my power cube and my power cube was empty. So I went back to our nether base. Let me head back there really quickly and I'll show you what sort of what was going on here. So I got back to my base. I looked up and now you'll notice this is a little different right now, but pretend this is the only power cube there. I looked in that power cube, it was empty too. So I went into the thing here, and I looked at my power output, and I was generating like 5,000 RF per tick. Now notice right now we're doing about 6,000. It usually oscillates between 6 and 8. But regardless, I was doing about 5,000 per tick, and I was like, well, okay, if I'm doing 5,000 per tick, what's going on here? So what had happened was I had upgraded our the void ore miner. So if we go to aromas, the thing that kicked all of this off, and it was actually before I put the wither killer in there, is I'd swapped out the null modifiers here for speed modifiers. Now, notice how that says, speed modifier, and if I come up here and mouse over the, or right click this maybe? Yeah, there we go. Right click it. It says duration 80. So we go over here, we'll see the duration here is 400. Now there's 20 ticks per second. So what that means is I'm getting an ore every 4 seconds here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is, right? Whereas I was getting an ore about every, what was it? I think 320 before we started this. So that would have been every minute, 60 seconds, right? No, that would be 3,200 4 seconds times 4. So 16 seconds. Every 16 seconds I was getting something. So this speeds it up considerably, right? We're going about 4 times faster. But if you look at this again, it's also using a 3600 RF per tick. Now that 3600 plus this 160 plus the refined storage system, and we're using quite a bit of power, right? So what that did is it basically started this whole thing off with me not having enough power to run my base. And there's a reason for that. Now, you know, hopefully you're thinking to yourself, Narayama, you said that you could produce up to 8,000 RF a tick with your advanced generator there, and you're right. The problem was actually with the power cube. So if you look at this one carefully, I had power going into this face by itself. Now, if you look at the tooltip, it says input output 5,000 RF per tick. Now that's actually 5,000 RF per tick per face. So in other words, this could input 5,000 RF per tick into the power cell. That's the max it could do. So the advanced generator was only generating 5,000 RF a tick because this could only accept 5,000 RF per tick. Now, while we were processing ores and doing all that, we were definitely using more than 5,000 RF a tick, and it drained the power cube completely. So what I did between episodes to fix this, notice I put another power cube up there. So the generator's output, which is capped at I think 25,000 RF per tick because it goes into a resonant power cell from thermal expansion, and that's capped at 25,000 RF a tick. Comes out here. The draconic crystals I don't think have a power transfer input output cap, but I could be wrong about that. But regardless, certainly it can handle at least 25,000 RF per tick. It goes up to this Wyvern energy relay crystal. Now this is not a wireless energy relay crystal, it's just a regular energy relay crystal, part of the crystal network. Then from here it goes to these 4. So if I grab my crystal thing, you can see this crystal here is connected to 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So it's basically inputting up to 20,000 RF a tick, right? Because this can accept 5,000 per face. Then these 5 are actually connected to the wireless here, so I can output up to 25,000 RF per tick into all the different places that it needs to go, at least in this room. This can output to other power cells just as well. So that's kind of how I fixed that. If you'd like to see, I have, I think, finished the ore processing. So notice how these are all spread out now. It's got the same sort of, input in 2 different places. Or sorry, input the stuff it needs, plus output to the network, plus input the ores on the back. I added a magma crucible over here, and I added a redstone furnace, which basically just takes the stuff that needs to be smelted up. So like crushed black quartz and draconium dust for now. And then it outputs on the back into the network. So otherwise, everything else is more or less back stuff. So we've got 2048 blizz powder, we've got 2048 cryothium dust, stacks of snowballs. All this stuff is backed up. This tank will probably take away here soon. It should be this ender tank here, but for now it's fine. Anyway, so that's kind of where we're at. And if we look here at the controller, right, we've got the about 350 RF per tick for the refined storage network. So anyway, that's a kind of a good lesson as far as like base design and power and stuff like that, make sure you know what the limits are on how much power you can input into your storage and how much power you can get out. Um, you don't necessarily run into it all the time, but when you do run into it, it can kind of be annoying, especially when you think about, like, the way I get around is teleportation, and that uses power. So not having power available in the base is not a good thing. Let's see, what else did I do between episodes? I did sort of fill out some of this stuff. Basically, I set up compacting drawers to get all the Biomes of Plenty materials and some of the other things here. All right. So what are we going to do this episode? So this episode, I thought we'd start in on the Botania harness. So we've got... Oh, I'm sorry. I did forget one thing. As part of my upgrades, I also came in here, since we're now processing Ardite and Cobalt automatically, Cobite. You'll notice this is up to 20,000 RF a tick. So we're basically at not necessarily the end-to-end game levels of power generation, but we're at certainly the transition from mid-game to end-game power generation. So that's good. Our syngas is definitely keeping up. What was interesting is the water wasn't, so it was pumping water out of this endervar faster than it could get it, than it could regenerate. So I just put a sink there, a resonant servo, and we'll pump it out of the sink, and that's keeping up just fine. So, and our wood production is certainly keeping up as well. So everything good there. Yeah. So let's talk about Botania. So we've got our Lexica Botania, and this sort of is our guide for all things Botania related. And it's got a great sort of introduction. The basics and mechanics. If you sort of read through this will give you most of what you need to know to get about 60% of the way through Botania. And after that, most of it's just looking up what you want. The tutorial, there's evidently a video. I've never watched the video, but it works. It tells you how to make a petal apothecary, your first flowers, which are the pure daisies, and the Runic Altar, which we'll be making today. But it's the thing I tend to use the most out of this is actually just the index, because I could type something to search. So like Endoflame, right? There we go, Endoflame. This is the flower we're going to be making a bunch of. It's very informative. So certainly, if there's something I don't cover well enough, or you have a question, that is a good resource to hit up. Hopefully I'll cover it in enough detail, though, that you won't need to do that. All right, so let's head to our Botania spot. I'm going to take my magnet and turn it off for the moment, mostly because there's a bunch of things that we're going to not want to magnet up. I am going to need some charcoal blocks. How are we doing for charcoal? Ooh. That's not good. Is our tree farm on? This could be bad, because if our tree farm's on, then we are not getting wood fast enough. Whoops, wrong one. Let's go to aromas. So what I saw there was that our wood is down to about 6,000. Oh, you know what it is? It's not this. The tree farm's fine. Okay, so I have found basically what I would consider to be a bug with this pack, which is every time I reload the pack, I have to basically break and replace this this external storage thing here. Notice we have 138 or 132K in here, right? For whatever reason, the refined storage system doesn't see the drawer system here at the start of the game. So I basically have to come down here, reattach this, set its priority back to 30, and everything's good. Yeah, okay. Mild panic, but I think we're good. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, whoa, only 6,000 wood. What's going on? But no, we have 131k there, which means I'm guessing we have 137k actually, 135. Okay, yeah. So, all right. Phew. Once again, got the magnet turned off. We'll head to the farm. And away we go. All right. So this is still working really well. All the ingredients are basically, because all the cabinets are full, they're just getting trashed. I mean, I could turn this off by, you know, disconnecting the signal or something, but that's okay. All right, Botania. So we started with this. Oh, I wanted to get charcoal. Do we have some charcoal? Yeah, we got some good. Let's get a bunch of this. That should do. All right. So a couple of sort of things to remember about Botania. First of all, the Endoflames work just like a furnace, right? So they'll take anything that burns. They will only take one thing at a time. So if we give them 8, right, all of those will get sucked up by the Endoflames and they'll start generating mana. Now, if I drop another 8 here, notice nothing happens, right? It's just going to float there. And depending on how long it takes for the Endoflames to burn through this, they might actually just they might disappear and be wasted. So you don't want to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a little thing that's a really, really efficient way of managing the amount of charcoal that's being consumed. So we want an ender hopper. It's the same thing that I have here in the house. I don't know if I showed that, but so we need one of these. We need one of these. Oh, we need a hopper. There we go. So I'm using one of these in the house here to basically take things from the top of that and stick them on this belt. That's why there's all the purple particle effects, because the ender hopper is trying to suck them up, basically, and that's what that is right there. So if we go over here, oops. All right, what we want to do is we basically want this mana pool to get as much mana as we can, right? So we're going to kind of duplicate this build, and we're going to replicate it over here. But what we're also going to do is we're going to set, so I think there's an item that I can make. See, this is why I need my Alexica Botania. I would like to see the range on all the flowers and stuff. So let's see, what baubles are there? There we go, Manaseer Monocle. This is a really neat little item, right? It shows you what's going on with your setup here. So we need some glass. I might have to go pull that out over to what you call it. But we'll need some gold and a piece of iron. Turn this into nuggets. Let's get a piece of glass. Probably take just like half a stack. That's fine. All right. So this is going to let us see like the radius with which an endoflame will pick up a something to burn, right? So we'll grab that, and I think it was that, and a gold chain. Yeah, okay. And we can stick this on us. Now, if we look at this, see when I mouse over this endoflame, it's showing me the radius with which it'll pick something up, right? So if something drops anywhere within that radius, it'll pick it up and burn it, right? Which means, I think, since that's the farthest away, I think this is the spot we need to build this. Alright, so let's go get some wood. We need a pressure plate, an open crate, and this ender hopper. So, pressure plates. I think it's just that. Yeah. Alright, we're going to stick it right here. And then, what was the other thing? We needed the Actual Editions open crate, I think is what it's called. That's a Botania thing. Is that one? No. No, it's Precision Dropper. That's what it is. Precision Dropper. There we go. Okay, that's going to take a little more effort. Let's go over here and craft it up really quick. So Precision Dropper needs Palace Crystals. Do I have those? Well, here, let's see what we have. I've got all but this guy. Awesome. Make it into an advanced coil. Get a dropper. And Bob's your uncle. Automated precision dropper. Perfect. Okay. So it doesn't really matter which face which way this is oriented as long as it's pointing down. So we are going to need to rotate that. Oops. Go to bat form, see if that... Yep, there we go. Okay, cool. Alright, and then the last thing we want to throw on here is the ender hopper. Alright, now the ender hopper is going to show... can I hit it with a wrench to show the range? No. Alright. There's a way to do this, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. What it's going to do is it's going to pick up anything I drop. So if I drop a piece of charcoal... I drop a piece of charcoal, there we go. It's going to pick it up, it's going to stick it in the inventory. The dropper is going to drop it on the little thing. What this is going to do is it's going to turn off the dropper, right? Because that's a redstone signal. So this responds to redstone signals, right? Notice what it's saying, redstone mode deactivation, right? So I could toggle this if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I actually want to do it exactly what it's doing, right? So it's basically allowing one piece of coal to drop. If it doesn't get sucked up by the ender hopper, if it gets sucked up by an endoflame, it'll drop another one, right? So let's put the whole stack in here. Watch what happens. This is eventually going to burn out. Oh, there we go. Yeah. See, now the endoflames are picking them back up. And the endoflame timing, like for picking something up, is just slightly faster than this ender hopper, which is perfect, right? I don't know if like the guy who made the ender hopper designed it this way or with this in mind, but holy cow. Talk about a compact delivery system, right? Hey, how's it going? All right, we're back. That was my neighbor bringing some stuff by. So anyway, yeah, this is a really, really compact way of delivering stuff to your endoflames as as efficiently as you can. So anyway, let's go ahead and cook up some more endoflames here. We got some light gray, red, and brown petals. We are going to need another living wood and gold ingot, and I think my wand's in my bag O stuff here. Yeah, there it is. All right, we do need a bucket. So here we go. Oh, do we have some seeds? There we go. So if you recall, or if you don't, it's 2 brown, 1 gray, 1 red. Oops. There we go. Now, it will automatically pull stuff out of your inventory if you hit it with an empty hand the next time you're there, right? So you can basically do this to get a bunch of these. And we're going to get 8. Bear with me here for a second. See how fast I can get this all done. That was 4. 5, 6. All right, there we go, 8. Okay. So now we're going to set up another mana spreader right here. I think 8 actually oversupplies the mana spreader, but we're gonna add some stuff this episode to make it a little more efficient. So have no fear. Whoops. Wow. That was special, Nariyama. Come on. There we go. Like, I swear I put a gold thing in there, but maybe not. No. There we go. Okay. Mana spreader. We'll stick it right here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. But that's okay, because we can... Are we in function or bind mode? Function, bind. There we go. And... Oops. There we go. Alright. So everything's shooting at the mana pool there. And now if we place these down, they will automatically bind to the closest mana spreader. So if we look at this one, it'll show that it's bound to here, right? So all these are good. All right, and they can all reach the coal supply, which is good. All right. So now we got this set up. Something that we might want to do, just in case, we come out here with our magnet on, is blacklist the coal block, the block of charcoal. That way it won't attract the coal as we put it down. Alright. So I do usually prefer to use charcoal here, mostly because, you know, it's effectively an infinite resource. You can use other things. Probably the most energy dense thing you can put on here is a block of blaze, or a blaze block. That will produce quite a bit of energy from the Endoflame, and I think it can't accept more than that. I know these are limited with how long they will burn for a single item. Anyway, so we're getting lots and lots of mana. That's good, because we're going to need lots and lots of mana. So first, let's make these more efficient. So if we look in the book, you will see there is a set of things that we can make for this called... that's not what I want. Lens. Mana lenses, right? So you can dye them. That's not really that important. What is important is that some of the lenses will give you different properties. So for example, velocity. Oh, we need runes for this. That means we need a Runic Altar. Sweet. Let's make that. So Runic Altar is just a bunch of living rock like this, if I remember correctly, with a mana diamond in the center. Let's get one of those. Yeah, Runic Altar. Alright. I still remember my Botania stuff. We are going to need another mana spreader for it, so... See, I did need that gold ingot. Oops, and I put it in the wrong place again. So we'll throw that there. Let's make sure that you are actually going there. Cool. Okay, so runes. Runes are interesting things. They take different items. Let's shift click on that. So all of the runes that we're going to be using here for a little bit are going to take 1 mana steel ingot and 1 mana powder. You get this from redstone or glowstone in a thing here. Really, just about any dust. But we'll use redstone because we have tons of that. Mana steel ingot, and then the different types of runes take different things. So for example, air takes a feather, a carpet, and a string. Right? Flying carpet, feathers. I don't know why the string, but anyway. Let's go over here. Whoops, Runic Altar. There we go. So this shows you all the different recipes, right? Rune of water is a fishing rod, some sugarcane, some bone meal. Earth is mushrooms, block of coal, stone. We just went through the air one. Whoops. Sorry. And then fire is nether wart, gunpowder, and nether brick. So let's go grab a bunch of those. While I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and make a bunch of mana steel. We have plenty of mana right now. There we go. Okay. And I got bone meal. So bone meal, we're going to need a bunch of other things. Okay, let's go grab some stuff. So first of all, we need string. Yay. You know what? While I'm doing this, I'm going to put all the other Botania junk back in here so that I'm not... I have a ton of stuff cluttering up my inventory. Alright. I'm doing my muttering thing. String. Let's go ahead and throw the glass in there just in case we need it, which we will. Okay, so I said we needed redstone. Where's my redstone? Redstone. We're going to need... So that's the redstone. The iron's already there. Let's grab some more iron just because we can. There we go. What else did we need? Wool. So it's not so much that we need wool as we need carpet, and I may have actually picked up some carpet. Nope, I didn't. Alright. So some of the houses in the villages have carpeting in them, which can be really nice and convenient. We'll get 18 carpets. That should be plenty. We need feathers. Sure. We needed... I've got stone. We needed coal. Let's grab some blocks of coal. There we go. We need some mushrooms, which I think we can use the white mushrooms from... what you call it? But this will work. Let's grab 15. That's fine. We need gunpowder, which we have thousands of. And we needed... gunpowder, nether brick. Do we have a bunch? Yeah, we do. Awesome. Oh, but we don't have a whole lot of nether wart. Ooh, but guess what we are standing right next to? A phytogenic insulator, which we are going to need sugarcane, by the way. So, nether wart? Alright. Let's not accept anything, just in case it would actually push that into there. I'm not sure it would, but hey. Alright, so we'll grab some nether wart here. 18 should be plenty. Take that out, put that in. Alright. I think all we really need then is fishing rods. So let's put these in here, and actually I need to go back and grab some more string. String, awesome. Do I have some? Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. And let's just make a bunch of fishing rods. So I guess these won't stack, which is unfortunate, but that's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We'll stick those in here for now. Okay, so how the Runic Altar works. First of all, we're going to need some more living rock. Where's my bank null? Oh, hey. That's convenient. It's already there for us. Let's grab the exchanging gadget. It's like I planned it or something. There we go. I love Dyer's gadget stuff. Alright. So, we got a bunch more living rock. We're going to need that. We're going to need the mana steel. We're going to need that redstone. Let's turn that redstone into powder really quick. Or mana powder, or whatever it's called. Yeah. Alright. So the thing we needed immediately is air. So we'll start with that. So that's carpet, string, feathers. So just like the Petal Apothecary, you can basically do multiple crafts in a row by just right-clicking it with an empty hand after you've done the first one. So we'll go like this. We'll go... Now let's say I made a mistake. Oops. It's crafting it, so I shouldn't do that. But I'll show you in the next one. So how does this work? Basically, once it completes, you'll see those lightning bolts. You throw a piece of living rock on there and click it with your wand. Right? Now, like I said, right-click with an empty hand, and it just adds it again. This makes 2 runes per craft, which is really nice. So we'll go ahead and grab probably 8 of these. A lot of the recipes that use runes of air, or runes of the basic runes, don't consume the rune. So for example, if you're making a rune of summer and it takes, I don't know, probably fire and air or something like that, you'll get the fire and air back from that craft. If it's something that's not like another rune recipe, then you probably won't. But this will make a few for us. So yeah, like the lens of velocity wouldn't make a rune for us. I don't think we're actually going to make a lens of velocity, but I'm sure I'm doing this one first, but that's okay. Let's put that away. Let's exchange and gadget this again. Great, get some more living rock. Alright, so let's see which ones we need for the lenses we're actually going to make. Whoops. Not what I intended to do there. Evidently, if you shift right click, it opens a browser. Interesting. Alright. Mana lens. Mana lens. There we go. Alright, so we don't want a velocity lens. What we do want is we want a potency lens and we want an efficiency lens. So actually, I don't think I need the efficiency lens either. Resistance. Right. Sure. We'll do potency and efficiency. That's fine. Yeah. So potency lets it carry more mana per burst, and efficiency basically it reduces the amount of mana you lose over distance. So that's fine. So let's do potency, which I think was fire, right? Fire, and efficiency was water. Okay, so fire is pretty easy. We'll put the carpet, feather, and string away. We'll get gunpowder, nether brick, and not mushroom, nether wart. Where'd it go? I've got it in my inventory. Okay. Probably want to put a couple of those back in the system. All right, so let's say we make a mistake here, right? So we're getting here and we go up 2 things. If I shift right click it with a Empty hand. Doesn't that work? Oh, you know what? I bet you that's the problem. There it is again. Yep. So again, I was holding my resonating wand in my offhand, and shift right clicking with an empty hand wasn't working again. But shift right click with an empty hand, and that gets the last thing you put off. So throw that on there. That one, and some nether wart. There we go. Awesome. All right, we'll get a couple of these. So one of the things we can do is we can reduce the amount of time it takes to craft this by putting a potency lens on this thing. So that's kind of cool. We'll get a few of these, and then I'll show you the lenses. And that will probably be a wrapping up point for today. Which is cool. We got some Botania progress going. We'll likely continue Botania in the next couple of episodes as we sort of work our way through the mod. We definitely can do the Ritual of Gaia with the point that we're at for equipment and stuff like that. And I'll show you some things that'll make it not ridiculously easy, but much easier to do that ritual. And we're probably going to do it out here because we have lots of open space over there. So, but before we can do that, we have to start getting Terra Steel production going and some other things. So, good times. All right, potency mana thing. All right, so the mana lens is just, I think, mana steel around a piece of glass, and it might be a pane of glass, but I could be wrong. Nope, piece of glass. Okay, and then that plus that gives me a potency lens. Awesome. All right, so if I put this on here, watch what happens. Boom, right? Notice how it doesn't like continuously shoot anymore, right? It's shooting much more infrequently. So if I grab my thing here and I change it to function mode, we look at the mana spreader, right? It's not shooting as continuously anymore. It's filling up a little bit, which is good. That's what we want it to do. If we look over here instead, you'll see it shoots much more continuously, right? Okay, so let's throw some more together. 2, 3, 4. All right. And we want 1, 2, 3. Oh, actually, you're going to want one more of these, because we are going to set up a potency for the one feeding the Runic Altar. Oh. All right, 1 plus Rune of Fire. Another one. All right. We're going to go ahead and slap that on there. We're not going to slap this one on there yet, and we're actually going to take this one off because we're going to make some runes of water. So water is fishing rods. Let's put the fire stuff away first of all. Fishing rods, sugarcane. What was the other water thing? Well, Lexica Botania, guess what? Bone meal, that's what it was. Alright, bone meal. So isn't it nice that we're not getting attacked by monsters from, you know, the stuff that we did way back when? Very cool. Alright, I know, patting my own back, right? Not cool, Nari. Honestly, I think that getting that ritual up is one of the biggest quality of life things in the game. Just, you know, it's not that I don't like monsters, it's that I don't like being interrupted by monsters. So I don't like doing stuff like this and having to go, oh, let me kill you. You know? That's what I don't like about the monsters. Has nothing to do with, you know, not wanting to do stuff. Well, evidently you can't pull out the thing. Today I learned. Get one more. Alright, so this will have us have air, fire, and water. All we need is earth for the set. And probably next episode we're going to get into a couple of the other really nice Botania items that we can make using this setup. One which will let us swim in lava eventually, which we will use because we want to, you know, construct stuff. We need some slime. Slime. There we go. 1, 2. So if we take the 2 lenses and combine them with slime, I think this is how this is done. I could be wrong. Let's see. It might need specifically slime, which would kind of suck, but let's see. Compound lens. Oh, oops, sorry. Compound lenses. Alright, balance lens, gravity lens, right. This is showing you all the other sort of lenses that you can use to influence stuff, which is really cool. Did that not work? Lenses. Right. There we go. Yeah, slime ball. By combining 2 lenses with a slime ball and a crafting table, it's possible to unite them into one. So that doesn't work. Guess I need green slime, which I don't have. But guess what I do have? I really want to show this, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. Let me find Slime Island really quick and grab some green slime, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm a little distance southeast of the base, and here's a slime island. Grabbing some green slime. Hopefully that's all that it needs. Head right back. There's my base to the right there, and here we come on the farm. All right. Getting a little bit of a view of the asparagus there. Awesome. Okay, so let's try this again, except now let's use green slime. Hey, there it is. All right. Probably won't need you, but that's okay. So now notice it says composite mana lens potency efficiency. So I can throw this on here, and now it's a potent and efficient lens. Awesome. So, all the different mana lenses have different effects. They're all good. Just play around with them, see what you need. So, excellent. And you can see we're filling this thing up really well. We're probably going to grab a... I'll do that right now. We'll grab a... mana tablet. Wow. It's been a long day, folks. Long day. So, for amusement's sake, you guys are... I'm actually caught up. Or if you want to think of it that way, you're caught up. I have no backlog, so this is going to come out tomorrow morning. So far, the reaction to the videos has been really good, and I've definitely been pretty pleased with how well it's been going. Oh man, you are going to be a pain, aren't you? Yep. I don't know how to turn you off. Well, for right now, I'm going to let this go like this, but we may have to figure out another solution because that's going to be annoying. Anyhow, yeah, that's definitely going to get on my nerves. We may just set up the what you call it somewhere else, but I'll do that between episodes. So like I was saying, you know, I'm caught up. Um, yeah, you guys have caught up to me. And I've really been happy with, you know, the folks who are watching and leaving comments. Valakar in particular has had some really insightful comments on some of the stuff that I've been doing, and evidently he's more or less following along in his own playthrough. But yeah, some great stuff. So you know, I intend to keep uh, producing these and putting them out for this season at least, probably another 10 or 20 episodes. I want to get through Botania. I want to show some boss fights. May work into Draconic. Start showing that. You know, I'm having fun with the series, so certainly no plans to stop it at this point. But of course, all of that is you know subject to work and life responsibilities. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the Botania setup here. This is one of the really neat things I think that I've seen in the last couple of Let's Plays from Dyer. I think he did a great job with this particular sort of compact build for supplying fuel to the Endoflames. So I wanted to show that. You guys can see kind of how I got this set up to target uh, the mana pool and everything there. So, all right, folks, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.